In this video, we'll be going over why the Honda CBR 600RR of this era is my favorite bike of all time. So let's jump right into it. There are so many different topics and talking points that I want to hit for this video, so it may be a little bit longer. So before we get into why this is my favorite bike of all time, I do want to give you just a little bit of background on me, why I'm qualified to say this, and a quick disclaimer before we get started. So I've had a whole bunch of bikes. I know how to ride them for free or even profitably and get free gear as well. As a result, I've had a ton of different bikes, classics and cruisers, to sport bikes and even newer, more expensive, faster bikes than this. Ducatis, Aprilias, Italian super bikes, all the way down to cheaper, older stuff. So I've had my run with a whole bunch of different bikes, and this, after owning all of them, is my favorite. Quick shameless plug, if you're interested in learning how to ride for free, get free gears, and even turn a profit on your next bike, any bike in any market, then hit the link down below and check that out if you want a step-by-step playbook and guide on how to profit from your passion for bikes. But anyway, enough of the promo, enough about me. Let's get into the review. Why is this my favorite? So there are a whole bunch of different talking points that I want to hit on why this is the best bike. First, let's start off with reliability, and then we'll jump into rideability and the riding experience. So for reliability, and again, this is biased, this is my personal opinion and my personal preference on the ownership of a certain bike. So I hate carbs. I'm gonna get that out right out of the gate, out of the way. I hate carburetors. I hate working on them. I don't really like the power delivery with them and how sputtery and inconsistent they are. I love fuel injected. So with that, that knocks out basically every bike before 2000. So we're just gonna X all of those off of the possible contenders. Now that that's out of the way, we can focus on the bikes 2000 and up. I'm impartial to sport bikes. I prefer those. And so you have two main types of sport bikes. You have the Japanese and the Italian sport bikes, Ducatis and Aprilias and MV Agustas, and the Yamahas, Hondas, Suzukis, etc. Now we'll eliminate the European bikes because of their maintenance. They take more intensive services, and that's just the fact about it. One of my favorite, if not probably my favorite bikes to ride ever, was my big, massive Ducati 1199. Crazy fast, crazy incredible experience. It's just absolutely enthralling. I love that bike. But this is better to own, and I would say overall it's a better bike for the whole ownership experience. So with the Italian bikes, you have to take them in for more routine services. They're more finicky and more expensive, versus for something like this, you could grab dirt and throw it in the engine chamber and run that as oil. It's going to be fine. I mean, obviously that's an exaggeration, but Hondas are bulletproof. All of the Japanese bikes are bulletproof, but specifically Hondas, wherever the nameplate is, Honda makes incredible engines. They make incredible car engines. I've had an S2000, Civic Si, and obviously this, and tons of different Hondas. They're bulletproof engines. These run forever. All of the Honda engines run forever. They take no maintenance virtually. And it's really cheap and really easy to do. Parts on these aren't expensive at all, and so we're going to stick to the Japanese bikes and specifically the Honda as opposed to Yamaha or Suzuki. So now that we're clear on a fuel-injected Japanese bike and the fact that Honda's the best, it reigns supreme, we can move into rideability. What's the riding experience like, and why am I picking a 600 over a 300 or a 250 or the little Grom, the 125, or a liter bike? That's pretty simple. The 600 is plenty powerful. It's for sure adequate in terms of power delivery. It's not overkill, but it's not too little. I have a Grom as well. I'll flash that on the screen. It's really fun to put around town, put around this neighborhood in, but it doesn't go highway speeds, and it doesn't give you that thrill when you really rip open the throttle of going fast. So I want something a little bit faster. A 300 just won't cut it for me. So we're looking at 600s and liter bikes at this point. And while liter bikes are incredibly fun, I've had my fair share of them, and they're really, really, really fast. They're rockets. It's also too much. I mean, you have to be hauling to have fun, and all the time you are having fun, versus something like this that revs out to 15, you have to try to push it. And when you roll into the power, it's a really fun experience to go from putting around at like 5K, 6K, 7K RPMs to opening up when the power really kicks in, when VTEC kicks in, in the Honda. It's a really fun experience to like be yawed back by the power in second gear on this bike. So I really like it. It's not overkill, but it's not too little either. One more thing that accompanies the power is the sound. Oh my gosh. This bike sounds like heaven, especially with the exhaust that it has. It has a carbon fiber Yoshi on the back, single exit. I love the styling of that exhaust too. I love the style of this bike. It's so attractive for being cheap and older. I mean, I love the Italian super bikes, but this is a cute little bike. Pretty aggressive, single exit exhaust under the tailpipe or under the seat, whatever. It's a really nice bike with an incredible sound. Oh my gosh, the Yoshi pipe is amazing on this thing. At low RPMs, at high RPMs, it absolutely screams. It sounds menacing like an F1 car. So I love it for that reason. Now there is one more thing we can hit on, and it's the different styles of bikes, the off-road and adventure, a dirt bike or a sport bike. I am very impartial to sport bikes. I love them because I ride on the road. Enduros are fun, but you can't carve and swerve in the same way that you can with these. And yeah, street bikes are fun. I like the styling, I like the riding characteristics and qualities, the aggressive, powerful brakes, how grippy they are, how you can just ride on the sides of the tires, even though these are probably pretty chicken stripped from commuting and from me not actually being the best rider of all time. Anyway, I digress. These are super fun bikes. The ownership experience is second to none in terms of how reliable it is. It's going to start up all the time because it's fuel injected, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. The maintenance is super easy because it's a Honda. It's bulletproof because it's a Honda. It's the best bike to own, in my opinion, ever. Again, there are different bikes for different people, and some bikes have a better riding experience. I will give it that. I'm a big fan of Ducati. Amazing brand, fun bike to ride, not the best bike to own, in my opinion. That's why I stick to the Honda. That's why this is my favorite bike of all time. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but if you're interested in learning how to ride any bike for free, a CBR 600RR, a Grom, a Ducati, any of the other bikes that I've mentioned, any of the other bikes that I didn't mention, literally any bike in any location, and get free gear, if you're interested in learning how to do that, ride for free, turn a profit on your passion for bikes, then hit the link down below. The video's over, so go there now and check it out. Get the blueprint, learn how to do it for yourself, and start monetizing your passion for motorcycles. Anyway, that is it for the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below telling me what you thought. Did you like this video? Do you like this type of video where I'm sitting down telling you what I think, my opinion, my perspective, or do you want something more factual, a review of sorts? Make sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when a new video drops, something with a CBR, something with a different bike, something with a car or a truck. I do all sorts of automotive content here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date. And with that in mind, I will see you on the next one.